So there is option of building versus buying. A lot of people might not want to build on their own. Some may prefer to buy. So what are some of the things that as a potential buyer you should be looking out for?
Nick, we've seen our industry, our real estate industry grow significantly since 2002. And a lot of options now have come in the market. But Kenyans need to be a bit savvy because we've seen a lot of incomplete projects that have then made a lot of Kenyans extremely unhappy. We have disputes running of, you've given money to a developer and they've never, delivered the unit that you really wanted. Like we said, Kenyans, we all want to be homeowners. So it's heartbreaking when your little savings are taken over and you don't get what you want back. So Kenyans really need to learn on what are the red flags when you want to buy a unit. And one of them is, again, due diligence. When you want to buy from a developer, can you do a bit of due diligence and find out what else has this developer done? What is his success story? And if he is a first timer, is he asking you for so much money upfront? Should you then be worried? Who are his contractors? Who are his consultants? You have to actually do a lot more due diligence than if you are doing the other way, because this is money you're giving to something hopefully that will come complete and you don't have control over it. So it is important that you do your research in as far as everyone who's concerned in that project is doing. And especially if the developers are first timers, for instance, if they don't have a track record. It's easier to buy from developers who have a track record because then you can just cross-check with other people who have bought similar ones. But for a first timer, I must say, before you put your money down, before you put your pen to paper, do your due diligence.
Okay, so basically we are talking about the previous track record of the developer. We are talking about what other establishments he has, whether he's registered, does he have ongoing court cases, has he delivered on time? So where do you get some of this information? Yes, you can get it from the media, but is there like a portal or is there like a developer's page, or do you go to your architect who will advise you?
Again, as architects, we know a lot of what is happening in the industry. So we are a good point of contact when it comes to helping you with some of these things. But we have also real estate agents, and you go for the real estate agents, not the briefcase ones. You go for a proper real estate agent. They are likely to guide you in the right direction of which way to go. And of course, don't forget the internet is also a good source. And also very critical is, do the walking. Get out there, get off your laptop or your phone and go to the ground and see what is going on there. And get some information also from the ground. It's very critical.
Okay. And some of the mistakes that people make when they're buying, what are some of the mistakes that people make when they're buying? Be it an apartment or be it a unit.
Yes.
What are some of the mistakes you see?
I've seen a lot of mistakes around the fact that you've not, gone to the ground to establish that this is actually going on. I have done cases where somebody has put money for a project that never existed. For instance, it has happened. And especially our brothers and sisters who are abroad and they just send money. I've seen scenarios where you sent money and you sent pictures. So you assume there's a project, and the day you come to the ground, you are shocked to find even the site never existed. Yeah. The kind of due diligence required is, is at a higher level. And then again, not involving the right people in the process, again, of searching. There's no shortcut. There's process to everything. Even in buying a house, there's process. If you have the right people, you'll be well guided. So again, your lawyers come into place. If it's real estate agents who are helping you, they come into place. And you get the right ones. You get the ones who are acknowledged to be in good standing, and you use them to help you find the property that you're looking for. And don't forget, even here as consultants in the building industry, we can also help and guide you in a certain way.
Because we some cases you've seen that someone bought a house, then 1 month down the line, the plumbing is just chaotic when they move in, or the electricity meter is pegged somewhere else, some of these things. So will the real estate agent help you to just clear out this mess in terms of before you buy as a checklist? Or
yeah, in fact, there was a story we saw, Nick, this morning. I think it was in the social media, where somebody bought a house and the plaster fell off, and it was actually made of mud and not stone and mortar. And you wonder, then how do you help such a person when he was going to buy? And it boils down to the problems and the challenges we have in this country, where we've become so unethical that people can sell rubbish to other Kenyans because we don't care for each other. We are no longer each other's keepers. But if you dig a little deeper into the history of things before you invest into them, you may find yourself in a better place than if you just blindly just go and give, or giving that blind trust. I think we're in a society where you have to get history of things. Even land issues now, it has become such that when you're doing your background check on land, you actually want a history. You want to know, where did this land, who are the subsequent owners, and how was it transferred? In the same way, for a project that is being developed, you kind of want to know a little bit of the background. How even was the land acquired? There was one case where a construction has been done and completed, but the land was in dispute. So can you imagine such a scenario where buyers have bought apartments, but the original landowner shows up with a title deed and says, this is actually my land?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we have such scenarios.
So I think I've seen even in the news, or where the units come and then they start cracking and you've already paid the amount.
You paid all the money, and it's not money that is going to come back.
Riparian land.
Yes. So again, this is where I say the level of due diligence that the consumer is forced to do in our country like ours is real. And you must go ahead and do that depth of finding out. And you can use your lawyers and your consultants to help you dig as much history as possible on developers, contractors, consultants, landowners. And we should not tire from doing the right due diligence, because then we can save ourselves the cost of disputes and loss of money.
So you've had it. So one consistent theme in building Manenos that you're getting from is that follow the due process. There's no shortcut. Just follow the process as it is. Find the right people who can help you and get in this. If you want to buy a unit, there may be a real estate agent, someone in the architectural circles, so that they can advise you whether you should buy this unit or not. And also they might have more information on the developer, the industry experience. But in short, due diligence, do your homework. Don't be in a rush, because you might end up losing your money without the proper due diligence. Hey guys, thank you for watching. So keep it tuned, share, like, subscribe. Cheers.